Hello guys and girls, welcome to a TryHard Diablo 3 budget guide. So we'll be covering the Witch Doctor. We'll be using a 3 million gold budget today, and we'll be getting as much kind of gear as we can get out of that. And we're going to, our aim is to farm Monster Power 2 pretty efficiently, if not Monster Power 1 and 0 extremely efficiently. So let's get started. Before we actually start searching for all the gear, I just want to say my Twitter is up, so feel free to get on there and follow me. You'll get lots of updates on guides that are coming out, progress on the guides, and just other stuff like that. So yeah, follow me on that definitely. I'll put a link on the screen and in the section below. So let's get started. Now with a 3 million budget, we can actually do quite a bit with the Witch Doctor because there's the gear's not too expensive at the moment. I'm on EU servers, if you didn't know. US prices aren't too far off. I have been checking them throughout the week. So let's get started. I always search for chest first. It's the most important piece for survivability, I find, in terms of stats. So we're going to search for, actually we're going to change that to intelligence for our prime stat. And then we're going to want all resist. So on a chest you want intelligence, vitality, and all resistance. Reason being you want high vitality on it, preferably 150 to 200. We're going to put a 200k buyout. Is that 200k? Yeah. And then we're going to find the highest intelligence we can get with over that. And we'll search for some sockets as well. So, yeah, okay, we found some sockets. Can we get 2? Yeah, that looks actually pretty good right there. Ooh, can we get a bit more resistance, hopefully? So, preferably you want 200 vitality. Reason being is you do need a pretty good amount of vite to survive reflect damage. It is nice, so yeah. Well, so we have 61 intelligence on the top there. We have 77, so for 16 loss we can get more. It's only one socket, though. So that's nice right there. So that's 61 intelligence, 2 sockets, 57 all resist, and 200 vite. That one has a bit of life per second, but you'd lose a bit of, yeah. Okay, so we'll go for that. That's overall a pretty good piece. It's yeah, we'll go for that. 2 sockets, vitality, everything we want on there. We'll do the same with legs. We won't find that same piece. Oh, we will. Look at that. Okay. So can we get 2 sockets on there? I doubt it. If we get rid of that, we would be able to. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get all resist back on there. Maybe not as much. Okay, so that's a prime piece that you want right there. If you're ever going to pick a second resistance, it's going to be physical resist. Reason being is if you're going to take damage from anything on a Witch Doctor, it's going to be a melee hit or like a arrow to the face or something like that. So physical resist is the main stat you want. Now I'm going to pretty much just get that automatically without looking at the rest because I can tell already that it's okay, so it's got the highest intelligence, it's got 212 vitality, which is nice, and it's got both resistances, which we want. Obviously, the DPS isn't the highest on that, but it's still not bad. So we got legs and chest sorted. Let's move on to, we'll go down the list from, we'll go belts first. So obviously, we're not going to get sockets on that. We're not going to get 200 vitality on a belt, but we will get, let's try to get some pickup radius. Now, I'm going to recommend pickup radius because the spec we're going to be playing will be with, the pickup radius kind of talents in there. I'll show you really quickly what I mean. Can I quickly go into my profile? Sorry, let's have a look. So this is a spec we'll be playing with. It will have Gruesome Feast and Grave Injustice, and both of those use pickup radius. So yeah, that's what we'll be using. So we'll get back on the auction house there. Okay, so we want belt. Sorry about that. So we're going to want pickup radius. Now the reason I say pickup radius on belt is because it's easy to pick up radius on belt. So we'll put intelligence as our first slot, and we want vitality on the belt as well, and we also want all resistance, and then pickup radius. You can get pickup radius. Best places to get it are shoulders and belt, and then obviously we're going to buy the offhand, which I'll show you in a sec, which is really good. Has 20 yard pickup radius, so 146 intelligence. It's pretty low int there. We want over 100 int, preferably. So what did we spend? We spent so we are 150k under budget on those, so we can actually up this to 350k. See if we can find anything a bit more. No, see, we're still not finding anything great in terms of intelligence. So let's take off pickup radius and see what we can find. 164 intelligence. There we go. Let's go back to our original budget of 200k. Okay, that's much better now. So let's see if we can find 80 vitality on there. So we have 140. That's pretty good right there. You want to. That's actually really good. I'm gonna get that because it has the health globe radius. I think. Oh no, wait. That's way more survivability. So okay, so that's perfect. You want all resist on there. It's got really high all resist. Poison resist. Who cares? It's got some armor on there for some additional survivability, and then as well as that, it has vitality and intelligence. Even though that does have a lot more. Let's have a look. So it's 30 more all resist. 30 less intelligence. Okay, we'll go for that one. Yeah, we'll go for that. So like I said, you do want pickup radius on your on your shoulders or belt. Reason being is for the talents. It is really, really good to get those in if you can. Okay, so that's looking good already. Lower vitality on there. Ooh, hello. Hello. 10% life, so it's got 30 less, it's got a bit less stamina, but it's got that life on there. I'm going to say that's going to be a really good buy. We'll get that. It's got intelligence, vitality, all resist, life percentage, which is really nice on shoulders, and then the pickup radius as well. I'm not even going to bother really looking at the rest of them because I know that's what I want. That's really good. It's hour 11, so that's definitely worth more than what it was put up for. That's for sure. Okay, so we got some pickup radius sorted now. Let's go on to gloves. Now on gloves, you want to go for your main kind of DPS stats. So you want critical hit chance as your main one, and then depending on your critical hit chance, go for critical hit damage, but I'm going to say attack speed will be what we're going for, so we'll get rid of all that crap on there, and we'll search for that. Now, we want over 150 intelligence, we want 7% crit, we'll see what we can get for that. Okay, so we got attack speed's good, that's got life per second, so in terms of DPS stats, let's look for 9%, that same gloves that probably looked at will just come up, yeah. There we go, look at that. Okay, so we got really high attack speed, we got good critical hit chance, and we got high intelligence. That's what you want on your gloves. If you can afford critical hit damage on there, go for it, but we're going budget here, so it's 180k right there, so it's not too bad. What did we start off, by the way? We started off at 6.2 million, didn't we? I forgot to dump my gold before the guide started. Okay, and so we got gloves, and now let's move on to bracers, which will have the same. We want critical hit chance, roughly 4%, and then we want 100 intelligence. I don't know if we'll actually get that, because it's... Yeah, okay. Okay, now... The Stromguard bracers, Strongarm, they can give you very good stats. Like if you look at my, Promise of Glory, that's the one we're looking for. It can give you really, really high offensive stats. So let's see if we can find a cheap pair of those. They always have critical hit chance on them, it seems. No, it doesn't look like we're going to find any for 200k. That's okay. I thought we could have got a cheap pair there, but I guess not. Okay, so that's fine. We want let's see how high intelligence we can get. Let's see if we can get some all resistance on there as well. Okay, no, let's try 100. Perfect. Okay. So we got all resist, 43. Yeah, you have to remember when you're looking at all resistance as well to vary in the intelligence, include the intelligence in, because every 10 points of intelligence is 1 all resist, so that's 15 all resist on there. So you got to kind of think about that once in a while, but it's rare it works out like that. Okay, now resistance 40, probably gonna get the one I was just looking at. Let's see what those are. 129.60. So we want about 150 intelligence on there just to maintain a good amount of DPS. Now those are looking good because there's some physical resist on there. Let's see if we can go for 60 and see what we go down to. So now we're gonna get rid of that. Okay, so there we go. We're just gonna go for any pair really. It's not really gonna make a huge difference between these. We got the physical resistance on there. We got intelligence, physical resist, all resist, and critical hit chance. Perfect. Just what we want. Okay, and let's go on to the... Okay, we got everything sorted. We need the helm, so we want a socket. Now, if you don't care about your Paragon levels, if you're just trying to use this gold to get a really quick kind of like set to grind you out some gold, Paragon levels don't really matter. So if you take the socket out of your helm, it drops in the helm drops in value dramatically. So take the socket out, and you'll get way better helms. Like look at that, 250 intelligence, all resist, critical hit chance. 200k. If we add that socket in, we won't even get half that intelligence for what we're spending. So let's have a look. Yeah, look at that, 100 less intelligence for that socket. Now what that socket gives you is the experience, bonus experience, but we're not going to go for that right now because we don't care about our Paragon levels at the moment. Obviously important, but we want to get the most for our value right now in terms of kind of clearing the content. So that's perfect. That's got vitality, all resist, low all resist. Let's see if we can get a bit more vitality on there. Let's have a look. So vitality. Now, we want about 70 vitality roughly, maybe 50. So I like that, but the all resist is low. That's okay, all resist is decent. That's perfect. Pretty much. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so we got high intelligence, good vitality, good all resist, and critical hit chance. That's what you want on your helm. If you want the socket in there, you won't get a helmet that has this good stats. But it's up to you if you care about your Paragon levels immediately or not. So personally, not the hugest deal if you're trying to do it on a budget. So rings and amulets, all resist. It's kind of survival on rings isn't the most important things because rings give you kind of the most DPS out of most of your gear. So let's have a look. We won't get 100 intelligence on there. I don't even know if we'll get any rings like this. Now, with rings, you want average damage. Average damage adds a lot of DPS. When I say a lot of DPS, it adds quite a bit of DPS. It's overlooked quite a bit. So you might actually find a ring that's better than that without intelligence, but has average damage on it. So let's have a look. There we go. Okay, so let's search 4% crit, see what we can get. Let's search 30 average damage. No. Let's get rid of that. See, now that will be way better than that intelligence ring we found, and that will be better than the ring that has higher intelligence, critical hit chance, and intelligence. So we're going to go for that because the minimum damage adds so much DPS. Now with the second one, we're going to leave out the attack speed and go for a bit of intelligence and see what we can find. So there we go. 148 intelligence, has critical hit chance on there, and average damage. Now average damage, see if we can get 40. I doubt it. Oh, 50? Oh wow, okay. There we go. That is nice. Okay, so let's lower the bracket and see what we can find on rings. Now you have to remember average damage is amazing. Like, really good. Really, really, really nice. I can't even explain to you how good it is. So we're going to go for that. Reason being, and it does have some vitality on there, so if we can get it, why not? The average damage is high. It's got high intelligence, and it's got good critical hit chance. So let's get that one out for sure. And then next, same kind of rule. Generally, next can have really high crit chance, so instead of attack speed, go for critical hit damage on them. Sorry, you can get really high critical hit damage on next. Okay, so this we'll probably find an attack speed one then. No, okay, let's get rid of average damage. See what we can find. So that one's got life on hit. I kind of want to go for that one because we're going to ignore life on hit on our weapon, and life on hit is quite important against reflect damage. If you're really good at playing and you know how to use like Spirit Walk correctly and things, reflect damage isn't a huge problem, but it can still be a bit annoying. So let's have a look. In terms of DPS, it's got pretty good DPS stats. Let's have a look. 7%, 8%. Can we get an 8%? No. Let's go back to 5% there. Life on hit is nice. I think I might go for the life on hit. Generally, you want average damage, attack speed, critical hit chance, and intelligence, but we're going to go for that just because of a bit of life on hit, and we're going to... Yeah, we'll lose a bit of DPS, we'll gain that bit of survivability, so why not? Okay, so left in our budget, we have 1.4 million. We have, let's equip all this without our weapons and see what we have. Ignore the clicking here, guys. Okay, so we still need to buy some gems. Let's change that to Act 3, because Act 4 sucks. And we all hate Act 4. I know I do. And let's get the gear out of here. Alright, so I guess we're going to have like 35k health here. 400 resist all. So we got 500 resist all, even more. 31k health. Alright, so it's looking good. So we need boots as well. We'll get some boots. So we have 1.4 million. We get some boots and weapon and offhand. And we have a very retarded looking witch doctor here. What is that? Okay, whatever. It's not about the looks. Well, it is actually. But it's not in this case. Okay, so on this we want movement speed for sure, because movement speed is very important for efficiency. We want all resistance, we want intelligence, and preferably vitality if we can afford it. Let's have a look what we can find. We'll put 200k again, leaving us with 1.2 million left. Okay, so highest intelligence, so we don't want movement speed, we want... Still don't know how to swap those. We want intelligence as the top one. If I can find it again. Where'd it go? Oh, intelligence is there. Fudgio. I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to doing this live. Okay, so we've got intelligence. Yeah, we'll just go for that for now, and then maybe add some all resist. 200k Blackthorns. No thanks. Okay, so Sage Seeker's normally pretty good in terms of stats. Wow. Yeah, but intelligence isn't the highest on those. See, that's kind of something we want. We want high intelligence. All resist is pretty low on some of these. There we go. It's not as bad, but okay. So like right there. That's got 40 intelligence. It's 4. Alright, so our all resist is already pretty high, so I don't really see the point of getting too much. Let's go for the ones with probably that. It's got high intelligence. We want to, yeah, we want to keep our DPS at a good rate right now, so we'll get those. Okay, so let's move on to weapons and stuff. Now, there's something called Thing of a Deep. It has very good stats on kind of base. It's always guaranteed crit chance. It's always guaranteed mana regen and pickup radius, and that's what we want on it. So we have 1,200,000 to spend, so we're going to put a 500k limit on this, and we're going to search Thing of the Deep. Now, why I say Thing of the Deep is that 20-yard pickup radius is amazing. You want to search this by average damage and intelligence. So average damage is the main stat on this. 250, we might not find any of those. 200. Okay, so there we go. Maybe 230. No, okay, 210 was the magic number there. Okay, now average damage is everything on your offhand. It counts for a lot. You do need to keep in mind the intelligence though. So let's say that average damage is lower than the one. Okay, so let's say that average damage is higher, but that one has 100 more intelligence. The one with 100 more intelligence would probably be a bit more DPS depending on the difference in the average damage. You do need to keep these things in mind. I don't have the exact kind of theory crafting behind it, but you do need to watch out for the intelligence. So that one is the most intelligence out of all of them anyways. So as you can see, that has our really good average damage, it has really good intelligence, it has good critical hit chance. It has a bit of knockback on there, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then it has the pickup radius, which is the most important part of the item. So we're going to go for that. It has MP5 on there as well. So yeah, that's perfect. 500k. Thank you. Okay, we have 700k left for a weapon and some gems. So gems are obviously last priority. We're going to quickly delete all that, and then we're going to go to one-hander. Now, your one-hander obviously is the main part of your DPS. You're going to want critical hit chance. You're going to want an open sockets on there. So we're going to budget, say, about 200 for our gems here. So let's say about 600k for the item. That's not the name of the item. 600k. Okay. And then we're going to want, let's see what we can get with intelligence on there as well. Sort by DPS. Okay, so that's not too bad. Want a fast weapon. Generally, the faster the better. I'm going to say that is awesome to get. Okay, now, mana per 5, MP5 is very important with your DPS of this build because you're dropping acid clouds all the time. And the more acid clouds you're dropping, the more DPS you're doing. Acid cloud is amazing for DPS. And so I'm personally going to say, even if that's a bit of a DPS loss, I want it for the MP5. Has decent intelligence, good DPS. Overall, that one would be probably a good 3k DPS higher. But I'm going to go for that anyways, just for the bit of extra MP5. Might work out as a bit more DPS. But let's quickly search for more intelligence. 200 intelligence, 100 DPS loss on that. Alright, so that's fine. So we're going to go for that. Good DPS, got critical hit chance on there, got MP5, which isn't crucial, but I like it personally. And it has some intelligence on there as well. If we drop intelligence, let's see how high of a DPS we can get. Yeah, so we can get a decent amount higher. But none of these are necessarily too amazing. That intelligence, actually, that intelligence is going to work out a bit less DPS than that extra 40 weapon damage. So we're going to go for one of these ones. That has one less DPS, but one less crit. 3 more MP5 on that one. So let's go for that one. 300k, nice and below our budget. And as well as that, it's yeah, it's got all the stats we want on there. So you can't go wrong. Okay, so we'll send those to our stash. Okay, so we need two 4 gems, and then we need crit gem as well. So let's see. We have 470k to spend. I'd say we might get a flawless star emerald possibly. No, way off. Sorry. Perfect square. Work it up to radiant. 180k. This next one's probably going to be above our budget. Yeah. Okay. So radiant square is what we're going for. And we have 200k to spare, 280k to spare. So we want some topazes, 4 of them. 680. Might get away with this. 130. We'll get 3 of them. 90k. 180k to spare, and we'll go for 1 radiance. Should be able to get that. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we just hit our budget pretty much directly. And let's see what we can do with this. Resume game. Now, let's see what our DPS is. My guess is we're going to have about maybe 55k DPS. I don't know why I'm guessing too much on that, but yeah. Ooh, a bit more. Look at that. Okay, that doesn't matter where these go. Ooh, over 60k DPS, so. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look at our stats. Just hit our budget with our 3 million. We have over 600 resist all pretty much, which is really good. That's higher than my actual main stats. So you don't actually need that much, but we're not going to complain. We have 33k health, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want, just over 30k. And we have 1,800 intelligence. Nice. It's all looking good. 40% crit chance. I'm using my Templar, so we'll swap him out for something else. We'll get a bit more DPS. Now I'm going to say just use a Scoundrel for the crit damage. Yeah, okay. 66k DPS, guys. That's not too bad. And our pickup rate should be 26 yards, I think it was. Pickup rate is 26 yards. So just before we start the clip of just like seeing what we can do with this is the build we're using. It's the one in my Witch Doctor guide, which will be linked at the end. And this is, in my opinion, the my favorite build, and hopefully you guys can see why it's my favorite build. It's really good for efficiency, and overall it's friggin' awesome. So let's see what we can do with it, guys. Let's get started. Alright guys, so there we have it. It's looking pretty good. We started on Monster Power 2, didn't even try lower, didn't have to, and it worked out perfectly. I mean, it's not as quick as my Witch Doctor, which was my main, but it was pretty damn quick. We were killing mobs pretty efficiently, and yeah, I'm happy with that result. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I'm actually really pleased. I'd say that's probably the best budget character we've made so far. So yeah, that's sweet. And at the end of that, we found some boots, which are going to sell for at least 4 million gold. So, I mean, there you go. We just, like, doubled our money at the end of that, and we can buy some really good upgrades with that money. Obviously, that's lucky, but, you know, Monster Power 2, you're going to find loot like that at least, like, once every couple hours. So, sweet. There we have it, guys. So yeah, about future guides that are coming out. What do we have? We have, sorry about the delay on this one, by the way. I've been sick still, and it's just been horrible. But yeah, we have the Demon Hunter guide. It won the vote. We have a Demon Hunter guide and the Demon Hunter budget guide. And I have actually swapped my main to a Demon Hunter. I love Demon Hunters right now. They're really good, and they're really, really fun. So yeah, I'm excited to get that guide out. And yeah, it's pretty sweet, guys. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. There's 2 links on the screen to guides. Just click the text. I don't have the videos up because my Adobe InDesign is not installed at the moment, so I need to get on that because I have to reinstall Windows again. So I'll have the video clips on the next guide, but yeah, just click the little buttons, whichever one you want. And yeah, I'll stop rambling now. That's enough rambling for today. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And my live stream starts back up all day, every day in the next week or so, because I finally have time to do it. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. I will see you later. Bye-bye.